you're a Halo fan, then you'll know right away that this is the Halo Assault Rifle. A version of this weapon has been the default in every Halo game in existence. When I think Halo, I think of this weapon, and in this video, we are gonna make it real. Over the last year, it has been our mission here at Impact Props to shoot every Halo weapon in existence. And if it doesn't already exist, we bring it to life ourselves. And that's what brings us to the Halo Assault Rifle. This gun has been on my build list for a very long time, but there's a few challenges to making it right. First, it needs to look like the one in the game. Secondly, it needs to have a digital ammo counter display that counts down with every bullet fired in the name of saving humanity. And lastly, the most difficult challenge is finding the right gun to use as our base. And I scavenged the internet far and wide until I found this gun. This is the FS2000. I mean, just look at these two weapons side by side. It has a bullpup where the magazine is in the back. It has a very similar grip configuration, and it even has these two slots on either side of the barrel. This is the closest we're gonna get. But there is a problem. The FS2000 has become extremely rare because a few years back, FN stopped making this rifle completely. And that fact right there almost stopped this project completely in its tracks. That is, until I ran into John. Just like Halo, John is the hero of our universe because he knows Dave. This guy right here running out of the frame. Dave owns a full auto FS2000, and John convinced him to let us use it for this project. Wow. I'm on my way to their shop right now to see it for the first time in person. Oh, she's right there. Oh no!
This does have the ability to go full auto, semi-safe.
The fact that we have a fully auto FS2000 in front of us is amazing. Now, even though this weapon looks a heck of a lot like the Halo AR, it's missing two key features. The silver top piece right here and the bottom handguard here that gives the Halo AR that iconic look. And that, plus the functional ammo counter, is what we're gonna make in this video. But because this weapon is so rare,
breaking apart this gun pretty much would mean this gun would be done because it's almost impossible to find replacement firing pins, extractors. So this isn't a gun we want to shoot a whole lot.
At the end of this video, we're gonna have 100 rounds to shoot through this. We're gonna make every single one of those shots count, and we want to make sure we don't break this gun. Well, thanks.
Absolutely, sir.
Yep, I'll get to building. I'll see you in a week. Let's get started. Now that we've acquired our FS2000, it's time to make the top piece and the handguard. So of course, I reached out to my friend Vec3D, and he got to work designing these two parts. And after a few days, this is what he came up with. The top part slides right onto the existing rail of the gun and has a slot for our ammo counter displays. The bottom piece will replace the existing handguard and allow for a flashlight to be bolted onto it. Both of these parts will need to fit perfectly onto the gun. Next, I sliced the parts in our 3D print software and printed them both in a filament called PETG. PETG is a lot more heat resistant than my normal filament PLA. And so, after 7 days of printing, the parts came out phenomenally, which is gonna make sanding these parts down much easier. It's time to meet up with Dave at 918 Guns to make sure that these parts fit the FS2000. See if I can get it in there.
Yeah, no.
Son of a gun.
5.117 it looks like. 5.391.
It looks like that handguard is just a little bit too long. So we need to cut off some material.
The thing to do would probably be just mill it off.
So it turns out that Dave here has a mill in the back of his shop.
It'd probably take me 20 minutes to do it.
You sure?
Yeah, no problem.
Wow. So the next day, I came back to his shop to find this. How'd it work? Did it work?
Yeah. Oh, it did work.
Dave, you're an absolute legend. Thanks for the help. It looks really good. Took him 20 minutes. All I gotta do is some sanding and make this look pretty. Let's get to building. Okay, step one in finishing these 3D prints is applying a product called filler primer. The filler primer is super thick and helps fill in those print lines. So I primed and sanded on repeat until most of the print lines were smoothed out. Next, I mixed up some body filler to fix up some deformed details in the front of the top piece and also on the back of the handguard that Dave milled out. I sanded that down and added some spot putty to fill in some pinholes and sanding marks and sanded it again. And after a whole week of smoothing, finally, our parts look like this. I'm very happy with how smooth this is. The finish is awesome. The details pop. This is turning out really good so far. The next step is paint. And in order to get that metallic finish that it has in the game, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get this paint job right. Our first step is to spray the part with an automotive black primer to give us that black base coat that we need. Next, I applied a 2-part 2K clear coat with my Watcha paint gun on the piece. Now this shot right here looks so cool, but I'm actually screwing up really hard right now. My pressure on the paint gun was way too high, and that gave me a finish that looks like this, which I'm pretty embarrassed of. Time to redo that step. I sanded that clear coat down and reapplied, and now it looks like this. Yeah, see, this is what we are going for. Now it's time to apply that magic sauce to give us that metallic finish, and that magic is something called Illumoluster. Illumoluster is the same paint that Legacy Effects use on the Mandalorian armor. So Illumoluster goes a long way, so I lightly applied Illumoluster in multiple layers, and this is the result. Super shiny and metallic. Next, it's time to apply our final gloss clear coat with our paint gun. And just as I thought we were almost done, this happened. Oh man, what the heck? It's like it's spitting like congealed chunks. There's no congealed chunks in here. Or is there? Oh man, I know what I just did. I just used an old mixing cup. Wow, I am an idiot. Oh man, I don't even want to film. It looked so good a couple minutes ago. How do we make lemonade out of this one, guys? We just added 2 days to this project. Oh well, I guess let's redo this entire process again. I sanded everything down again, re-primed it, re-clear coated it, re-lumilustered it, and applied that final clear coat, and man, this time we did it right. I am so happy with this result. Now, with the physical pieces out of the way, it's time to make a functional ammo counter. And how the heck are we gonna do that? I don't know anything about electronics, so my little brother Mikey is here. He is an electrical and computer engineer.
I know everything there is about everything, right?
Especially Halo. Mikey's such a Halo expert.
Halo's pretty cool.
He really likes Call of Duty. Mikey is the perfect sidekick for this part of the project. Here's how we're gonna make this ammo counter work.
The goal of this project is to detect that bullet shot.
What I've seen a lot of people do on the internet is they attach the button to the actual trigger, and that works if you're doing a semi-automatic weapon, right? But we're doing full auto today, boy. So if we're doing a full auto, how do we capture how many bullets are gonna be pushed out? Our solution is to measure the kick of each shot to tell our display to count down as the rounds are being fired.
We have an Arduino, an accelerometer to measure shake, a button, and a display. We're putting it all together and it's gonna work.
Yeah. Mikey made a quick program to test out the accelerometer. Explain what the nerd stuff is.
This is code. It tells you the X, Y, and Z values as you shake it. There we go.
All right, our parts work. Hooray! Hopefully we won't have to redo this multiple times. Now it's time for Mikey to solder all of this together. And while Mikey's working on that, I'm gonna sit back and relax in my new office chair, thanks to the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot. So I have 2 separate workstations in this office, right here and right over there where Mikey's working right now. And whenever there's 2 people working here, I'm always stuck with this. This is my trusty piano bench. And after a couple hours of sitting on that bad boy, my back is pretty tore up. And now, thanks to FlexiSpot, I'm sitting in their epic C7 office chair. Now, I've owned a ton of office chairs over the years, and by far the biggest bang for your buck is the C7 from FlexiSpot. My favorite part is this piece right here, self-adaptive dynamic system, which is a lumbar support cushion that detects subtle changes in your posture and automatically adjusts itself as you move around. FlexiSpot sent us 2 office chairs for the Impact Profs team, and let's see what Ryan thinks about his.
Whoa, Brad, this chair is awesome. We've got a headrest that can move. I can lock my arms into the perfect position for running around in Star Citizen. I can even unlock it and lean back in a perfect position to drink my coffee.
The 20-inch seat provides plenty of room for you to even sit cross-legged. This chair is designed for all heights, and it can even accommodate a hip width of 21 inches and a shoulder width of 26.7 inches. So if you're in the need for a new office chair, now is the time to buy one from FlexiSpot. If you check out the link in my description or go to FlexiSpot.com and enter the code C730, you will get $30 off your order. Thanks again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Now let's see how Mikey's doing. Doing great. I need to drill a hole in the upper receiver for a button. This button is going to reset the ammo counter or set the ammo counter, just depending on how long you hold it, which is really freaking awesome. So I drilled a hole and I almost just made myself paint this thing for the 4th time. I sealed the button in place with epoxy and boom. Getting all of this hardware on this little board is a pretty tricky task, and Mikey is killing it. Now it's time to test and make sure his solders are good.
Plug it in.
Color's good. Oh yeah.
That's perfect.
We have lights. Yeah, everything's holding up. With the majority of the hardware out of the way, it's finally time for our first ammo counter test.
To the gun range.
And we're out here on my friend Drew's land. We're about to strap Mikey's contraption to an AR-15. The goal is to see what accelerometer values look like when you're actually shooting a gun. All right, here we go. Ammo counter test 1. Fire!
Got a negative spike.
Which is weird. So Mikey tweaked the code and then this happened. There we go, we got some spikes. This is what a gunshot looks like to our accelerometer.
Those look good. I think that's pretty easy to detect. So
we have a couple more things to do back at the house. Tomorrow, we're putting this on a full auto FS2000. Ready or not? Here we go. Back at the house, we finished wiring the button and the power. And Mikey completely redesigned the code to count spikes like we saw in our test.
We're getting there slow but steady. So the accelerometer will change values not just when you hit it, but also when you change the angle of it. We have it set up whenever you are at an angle for a little bit, it will zero that spot. So it will be more accurate whenever you're shooting, no matter what angle you're shooting at.
All right, fire. Oh, dude, that's so cool, Mikey.
There we go.
We're looking good as far as hardware. And as far as software goes, we're a little bit more in a limbo questiony area. We can work on this code all night, but we won't be able to test it until it's on that FS2000. So we're kind of going in blind, but that's what makes Impact Profs videos, right? We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at the gun range. All right, Chief, you ready to shoot the world's first fully automatic Halo assault rifle?
I'm ready for it to see it work.
We just arrived to Snake Creek Shooting Sports to finally shoot the full auto Halo Halo assault rifle. And with me is Ryan, Mikey, the one and only Master Chief, and the 918 gun team, Dave and John.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you. That's
Oh, there she is. We brought the parts. Dave and John brought the FS2000, and together we're gonna make internet history. Precious cargo.
I guess once you put those parts on there, it will be the rarest gun in the world. It's gonna be the one of a kind.
I like this guy. I like this guy.
Wow, dude, it looks great.
After a month and a half of working on this project, it's finally time to put our parts on this FS2000 to make a real-life Halo assault rifle.
Brad, amazing, dude. This is legit it, man. This is it right here. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. I just want to like run like they do in the old game.
So all the pieces fit perfectly on the FS2000. I'm beyond happy with how this looks.
All right, ammo counter's ready.
This is cool, but where are the sights?
Mikey, where are the sights? Mikey, why didn't you think about putting the sights on the assault rifle? This view that I'm looking at right now is literally first person out of the game. Like, even the angle, the location of the ammo counter. This is as close as you're gonna get, man. Oh, dude, it's just... Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, yeah. You totally almost shot my camera. Well, hey, don't do it again. But if you do it again, make it look cool. Okay? It's really hard to explain what it feels like to see a real-life Master Chief shoot a real-life Halo assault rifle in person. Legendary? Yeah, legendary is probably a good word. But if you noticed in this shot, we seem to have a problem with our ammo counter.
Yeah, that's good.
Went down to 14, so it works. We only shot 2 shots there, so...
The accelerometer doesn't seem to be registering the kick of the gun. And I think that's because Chief isn't really shouldering the AR, which means that our wavelengths are different than what we tested yesterday. So we took the ammo counter out, Mikey uploaded some new code to hopefully fix it. And then this happened.
Yeah, I think the button's just... It's on the board, it's touching right now constantly, so the button's not actually working. I'm guessing it's a wiring thing, maybe after 1 shot.
Just want to shake it, Mikey?
Up.
It is.
Go back to hard.
I think something happened when we put the hardware back in the AR to cause those pins to touch. And I think this is actually a design flaw on my part. I should have made it way easier to take the ammo counter in and out of the top piece.
Should have super glued it. It was super glued initially, and then it just pulled apart.
Since we're pretty tight on time for this part of the video, unfortunately we didn't have time to deconstruct the ammo counter to fix it. It is what it is. But let's make some lemonade, huh?
All right, Chief's got his turn. It's our turn now.
Hey, look, is that 0?
When you were asking me earlier, I didn't have it in my hand. Now I'm ready.
That was about 5 rounds right there. You perfectly split the mag.
How nice of you. You left 5 for me. I'm speechless.
There's something about holding that Halo AR. Even just picking it up and having it all right there. It's real. Oh, it feels good.
I feel like we can't end this video without him showing us what a real Marine looks like shooting this FS2000. I mean Halo assault rifle. That's what I meant. MA5C.
Fake Marine?
Shooting the Halo fully automatic assault rifle using 5.56 cartridges, I want to make sure I'm putting my weight forward and I'm leaning in. I'm taking that aggressive posture into the enemy. How else are we going to strike fear into the hearts of those grunts?
You can't have bad posture and you're trying to shoot the bad guys. That's just embarrassing. Yeah, there was a definite difference there.
Yeah, sorry, Chief. All right, right, this video has been so awesome. A month and a half's worth of work comes down to this, and I couldn't be more happy. Fully automatic FS2000 turned into a Halo assault rifle, the first of its kind. Thank you 918 Guns, Dave and John. Round of applause for them. Thank you guys for letting us use your FS2000, and we managed not to break it. Good job, Chief. Another huge shout out to my brother Mikey. Thank you. He had to leave early. It was a lot of fun trying to get this thing to work. Unfortunately, it didn't work this time, but you want to see it work. If you think that's a good idea, I think it might be a good idea. Let us know in the comments, and maybe we can make it happen in another video. And while you're at it, let us know what you want to see next. And lastly, a huge thank you to our sponsor, FlexiSpot, for sponsoring this video. Use the code C730 and purchase the C7 chair now with a $30 discount. The link is in my description. Thank you guys for watching. Chief, I think it's time to give this gun back to them. I wish we could keep it so bad. Bye, Halo assault rifle.